Justin Haley on the inside, 18 years old, racing his first race at Daytona.
Scotty's ready for it. Go with the first restart line, first line.
David Gilliland on the outside, and the restart.
Quarterback, he's still with you. Still outside. Now you got a little run for the guys behind you, still outside even. Half back 20. Still out there. Still half back 20. Top lane's got the run. Still half to the 20. Quarter to the 20. They're tight outside, bumper to bumper, still just 2 wide. Half back your lane. Half back 20, then Johnny outside tight. They're all gap by half 2. Still outside. Use your side draft here and then pull away when you get down. Kind of run them up to the wall as best you can, but safe.
Kevin Hamlin, the spotter for the 18-year-old Justin Haley.
Matt Crafton rolls back onto the racetrack down in turn 1 as this pack comes off turn 2. You can see damage on the 20 truck of Scott Lagasse Jr., but man, Phil, he's aggressive behind the wheel of that truck.
He sure is. He only gets a limited number of opportunities here in the truck series. He's trying to make the most of it.
Side by side, Haley and Gilliland. How about in that 51, Spencer Davis right there in the mix in that second row behind his teammate Gilliland.
Amazing performance in his first truck start and his first start ever at Daytona.
Okay, I don't like the way Lagasse is coming up off the double yellow line. If he leaves that bottom open for long enough, Johnny's going to fill that hole up.
Well, that time it looked like Phil, he almost side drafted off the Ford truck on the outside of him, took away some of the Ford's momentum and dove to the bottom, made some ground that way, but you're right, it's totally risky.
Behind Lagasse in that white 20 car, second in line on the inside is Johnny Sauter in the 21. How about on the outside lane? Behind the 51 of Spencer Davis, Ben Rhodes in that green and white 41, and Dalton Sargent with some damage, but right there in the mix.
Like Lagasse got a little bit out of shape up off of Ford, but never backed off. See, there he moves up again.
And a veteran like Johnny Sauter, I told you, Phil, he's just watching and waiting to get a slight opening, and he'll fill that hole. There it is.
On the backstretch, Haley closing in. Could he win for the first time in his career? Could he do it at Daytona? Wasn't even old enough to run this race a year ago, and now he's out front.
There's a bump that time from the 51 of Davis.
But he did it like a veteran, Phil. He just laid on the back of the yellow truck of Gilliland and gave him a perfect push.
Camping World, 10 to go. 10 to go in the season opener. Justin Haley leads. Scott Lagasse in that white number 20 truck. Right behind, that's David Gilliland in the yellow number 4.
Get that black truck on the inside. Fourth back, Joe Nemechek. Nobody has any more experience than Joe.
Oh, Haley tries to block and he wasn't clear.
Gilliland gets the run on the outside, and it's Lagasse on the inside. Sauter comes by Haley as well.
Haley drops back, but don't think he won't be heard from again. This pack is going to be all over each other.
David Gilliland's going to try to keep both lines side by side. Whichever line has some energy, he'll pull up in front of that.
Well, a lot of movement from that 51 of Spencer Davis.
Yeah.
And this is where that experience of 300+ Cup starts comes in handy for David Gilliland.
And this is also where you get more and more aggressive, more and more tense, and you start to move around more than you should. Look at that big line on the outside with the run.
Sauter diving down to the inside.
He's going to clear him.
Johnny Sauter, the power move to the front and the lead.
Perfect. Go to the box. Stay low, 2.
Davis.
That's perfect.
Davis in that black truck is going to be right on Gilliland. They're going to have a nice push on the outside.
Legacy right there. Oh, a big wiggle from the 4 of Gilliland. Maybe his teammate Davis got into the back end of him.
Oh, for sure. Great save by Gilliland.
That's that experience you talked about, Vince. Hanging on to that baby. Look at Legacy pushing him up the track.
I think Haley thought about jumping underneath him when he moved up the racetrack.
Johnny Sauter, a 2-time winner here at Daytona, trying to get his 3rd victory.
Johnny Sauter's in a great position. He and the yellow truck of Gilliland on the outside have had the 2 fastest trucks tonight. But man, I wouldn't want to try to pick a winner at this point. There's going to be more action before the white flag flies.
You know,
oh! Contact and into the wall is Gilliland, but keeps it going.
That was 2 laps in a row. A bump turned the 4 truck sideways. That time he got into the wall.
You ready for right side?
Spencer Davis has done a nice job tonight, but the pressure of trying to win at Daytona, the nerves of trying to race side by side at 190 miles an hour, he made a mistake.
Remember, it's his first race ever, not just at Daytona, but his first race ever in the trucks. The 51 of Davis up there on the outside lane leading the way.
What about Jordan Anderson in that blue and white truck up there? Fought his way into this lead pack.
Jordan's having a career night here if he can finish it off.
And the veteran Joe Nemechek. Joe's into the top 5.
Ben Rhodes trying to give that 51 of Davis a push. Johnny Sauter continues to lead.
Oh!
Cody Coughlin's done a nice job. We saw him spinning down the front straightaway. Recovered from that, racing up here in the top 10.
You see Gilliland on pit road. His night coming to an end as far as a shot at winning this race is concerned. Led 29 laps tonight. At times seemed to have the dominant truck. But here's what happened. Watch that 51 get into the back end of him.
He just wasn't quite square on the back when they made contact. And Phil, you know, when you're leaving the tri-oval, those trucks are really loose anyway. Any slight contact can move them around.
And remember, all he was trying to do was help his teammate.
The final 5 laps here at Daytona. Johnny Sauter trying to take it to the house. He and Todd Bodine, the only drivers to win multiple times in the truck here at Daytona. They both won twice.
I just hope they make it to the checker without a crash.
Looks like a left rear tire.
Guys, left rear. Just put a left rear on it.
Yeah, left rear tire down on Cody Coughlin. Takes him out of contention.
Johnny Sauter, Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger, the only drivers on the lead lap that have a Truck Series win. So there's a lot of guys up here staring at a potential first time to victory lane. But Sauter trying to hold them back.
Until you said it earlier, Legacy Jr. doesn't get to race all the time. He sees a checkered flag in his future at Daytona. No telling what kind of move he's going to make on the last lap.
Jordan Anderson doing a great job just hugging that double yellow line. He's got to stay down there. Don't let that 4-1 truck get underneath him.
Watch the 2 of Cody Coughlin.
He does a great job holding on to that truck.
Part of the tire there.
The whole carcass of the tire.
Down out of the way. The more trucks that line up behind Johnny Sauter,
3 to go.
the more energy they will have to pull out and make a pass. That's how the draft works. You get that trucks lined up behind you, lay off of a guy a little bit, just roll off the gas.
3/4. Around half. Staying at half. Surging towards you just a bit. Quarterback still.
He's
level that.
He's still just zen, isn't he? I mean,
Zen.
That's Tab Boyd, the spotter for Johnny Sauter.
How about Jordan Anderson up there in the top 5? That's the exact same truck that Austin Wayne self-finished second in here last year.
remember John King, remember Casgrala. Let's add Jordan Anderson to that list. Let's add Scott Legacy Jr., Justin Haley, Dalton Sargent in this lead pack.
2 laps to go. Sauter, Legacy, Justin Haley, Joe Nemechek, Jordan Anderson, your top 5.
Who's running 7th? That's where Kaz Grala was last year on the last lap, and he won the race.
Ran in finger.
Single file down the backstretch. When do you make your move if you're Legacy?
I think if I'm Legacy, I try to lay back a little bit. Get back on the front bumper of Justin Haley. Get off of Johnny Sauter a bit. And then as soon as Haley gets there and gives you the run, you got to take them side by side.
Maybe even drag your brake a little bit to put you back there.
What you're doing here?
Coming to the white flag. 1 to go. 2.5 miles left.
3 and 4 there, trying to create your little gap. Still single file. Got one by himself out of line. That's a back here. Just try and get your little gap. 5 back to the second lane. Not going anywhere. 24 with you. Still, just keep that 24 in your mirror. Right with you here.
Legacy's being patient. Is this the right thing to do? Look at him creating that gap we talked about. Opening.
Inside 24. Inside 24.
Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes trying to get a run.
41. Just keep rolling. Keep rolling.
Rhodes trying to get a run on the outside. Can Sauter hold him off? Here they come through the tri-oval. Sauter holding back Haley. And Johnny Sauter is going to win the season opener at Daytona.
Yeah! Good job! Good job, guys! Yeah! Great job, guys. Great job, everybody. Tab, you're wonderful. What a machine, Tab. You are the best.
Yes, you are, Tab. I don't think I could have done it tonight without you, Tab.
The Zen Master.
Tab Boyd, the spotter, just was the same guy from the green to the checkered. He got it, Johnny Sauter, to victory.
And remember, Joe Shear Jr., the crew chief for Johnny Sauter, lost his wife back in late December. Joe told me today, he said, oh, I want to win this race so badly. You got to believe it's an emotional victory for Joe Shear Jr. as they head to victory lane
These guys
tonight.
have won it before, but I'm not sure any of them meant as much as this one, Vince.
In love and memory.
For the 3rd time, Johnny Sauter wins at Daytona.
They just couldn't get organized behind him, could they, Phil? I think Legacy did a nice job of laying back, but when he laid back, it was maybe just a bit too much, and those other trucks started getting 2 and 3 wide. No one to push him to the checker.
But I don't blame those other guys like Ben Rhodes. He was running about 7th or 8th. He had to make something happen. Still end up with a good finish. Ben Rhodes gained some spots and finished 4th.
How about the run Sauter and Joe Shear have had recently? 2 years ago, they were the series champion. Last year, they were runner-up by a single point. And here in 2018, they open up with a season-beginning win. Johnny Sauter holds them off to win the opener at Daytona.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Back at Daytona, the season opener for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in the books, and Johnny Sauter, the winner, had to hold off 18-year-old Justin Haley to get it done, and Haley is with Hermie.
What a finish. It's 1-2 for GMS. What a great run for you. Walk us through that final lap when you worked yourself into position to have a shot at this victory.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, working yourself into position. That was badass out there, probably the most fun I've ever had in trucks. So great for Johnny Sauter. We were really trying to time it out. Joe Nemechek was behind me, and we got out front there for a while. Yeah, there it is. Legacy just kind of washed up, trying to block that run, and I used the side draft there. Wish I could have got Johnny. That would have been cool to get my first career win, but again, I can't thank Fraternal Word of Eagles enough. Everyone at GMS Fabrication, Allegiant, all the partners. Just a really good night. I'm really proud of what we've done, and hopefully we get into the Final Four.
That's Justin Haley. He's second tonight.
Yeah, strong run indeed, but he's second to Johnny Sauter. Johnny's 3rd win here at Daytona, won in 2013, then he won here, as you see, in 2016, and then he did it again tonight. Johnny Sauter, a 3-time Daytona winner. To victory lane with Alan Cabana.
Johnny Sauter slowly climbing out after an up and down night, going back and forth, celebrating his 3rd victory here at Daytona. High fives for everybody, a little Gatorade bath. Johnny Sauter, your 3rd win here. A big hug for your crew chief. Wins mean a lot. You dedicated this to your crew chief. You told him you loved him just now on the radio. How big is this win for him and your team?
This is big. This is for Joe, obviously, losing Chandra about a month and a half ago. Couldn't be more proud of him to overcome something like that. Thank the whole GMS family, all the guys, Bo, everybody back at the shop, hockey, Hillbilly, all the guys in their head departments, this is the most unbelievable Speedway truck I've ever driven. I thank Allegiant, Chevrolet, Goodyear tires were good. Just Kingman Chevrolet, all of our sponsors at GMS, and my teammates tonight, man, I felt like we executed flawlessly. So at the end there, I wasn't quite sure. I was looking in the mirror, and I thought I saw him coming through. I was like, better go to the middle here and whatnot. But
tell me about that pass to the lead. Your teammates were strong and helped you all night, but this truck got it done.
To be honest with you, I don't even remember the pass to the lead. I felt like we had good track position. We lost it a couple times. There it is right there, yeah. Just big momentum. And, man, I'm just so thankful to be driving this truck. Like I said, I can't thank Allegiant, Chevrolet, everybody, all these guys. This is the best group of guys I've ever been around, and this is fun. Start off the season like this. Got to thank the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the Blessed Mother, as always. And I just felt comfortable today. I don't even know why. I didn't have one nerve. I just felt like this was our day. So say hi to my wife and kids at home. I'm sure they're up watching. And just proud of everybody. This is a team effort. All I did was hold the steering wheel.
Congratulations to you. We're going to talk to your crew chief here, Joe Shear. Every win means a lot. What does this one mean to you after your off season?
This is very, very, very special here. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I lost my wife in December. And she's looking above us, and she was in love with racing just as much as I was. So this is good. She was looking over us and helped us to this win, and I'm so grateful to be in the position that I'm at and have just the people that are around me, and this means so much. I'll never forget this one.
Your driver, your team told us they love you. Go celebrate.
Thanks,
Hermie?
Well, Scott Legacy, you come to Daytona every year. You run well every year, but this year you're able to bring it home with a solid top 5 finish. Describe to us what's going through your mind those last couple laps.
I don't know. I mean, I hate it for my guys. We had a good truck, and I cost them a shot there.
How so?
Well, I drove that 24 last year, and I know how good that stuff is. So we kind of sit between two teammates. I knew I wasn't going to out-drag race the both of them, and had damage on the nose. So I thought maybe if I mixed it up where somebody wasn't expecting what I was going to do, that I'd get a shove. And I just gambled and lost. I missed it for him, so I hate it.
Well, it's still a good, solid run. Top 5 finish tonight for Scott Legacy.
Thank you, Hermie. So we take a look at our results. I want to remind you that Clay Greenfield and Jennifer Jo Cobb were released from the medical center. Both took hard hits tonight, so good news that they have been checked and released from the care center.
Certainly is. 5 of our top 10 had best career finishes.
That's Daytona, isn't it?
Sure is.
And I want to say to Scott Legacy Jr., you play your cards. He thought he did everything he needed to do to win the race. It just didn't work out from behind. If he could have made that, maybe fall back a little bit sooner off 2 and had that run, I think he had the right idea. It just didn't work out this time.
You see it. We'll be back at it next week. Next Saturday at Atlanta Motor Speedway for race 2 of the Camping World Truck Series season. Johnny Sauter, the winner tonight. For Hermie Sadler, Alan Cabana, Michael Waltrip, Phil Parsons, and our producer Mark Smith, I'm Vince Welch. Thank you for joining us. The season opener at Daytona, where Johnny Sauter has put it in victory lane as the winner.